following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is qualifying. Once again, we've been doing a lot of qualifying sessions lately, haven't we? But this is qualifying for the 2017 NRLOA Christmas Eve 500. Going to be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Christmas Eve. And we're determining the starting lineup for tomorrow's race. Everybody will be in the show, but somebody's got to start on the pole. And I was originally going to do one of these for the Thanksgiving 500 earlier this year, but I messed up. I did something incorrectly, and I felt as if, because I had Caleb in the booth with me, which I do now, and we'll get to him in a moment, that it wasn't working. So, yeah, reset it all, and we didn't have qualifying for that race. But we're going to have qualifying for this one. We had qualifying for the Santa Claus 100, and we're also going to have qualifying for the first IROC race, which will be held on Monday. So, Caleb, you won this race last year. Does it really matter where you start in this race?
You know, honestly, I don't think so. I mean, it's a 60-lap race at Daytona. Anything can happen. You have plenty of time to get, make your moves and stuff. And I say no, it doesn't really matter.
And all these guys hope that it doesn't. It's going to be a 60-lap race tomorrow with pit stops. It's going to be quite the show here at the Daytona International Speedway. This is Christian Parker, number 30. First driver out there on the racetrack, I do believe. Number 42, that is Nathan Stapleton, the ARCA Series champion. And here's your guy, Casey Hoffman. New development driver for Caleb Hoffman. He might be racing in the Cup Series next year. I'm not entirely sure how that all is going to go out, but Caleb Hoffman had the reserve for this number 19 because he is the defending champion, and he said to let his development driver start this race, make his first career start here on Napa Fan, driving the number 19, the car that won this race last year here at Daytona. At the 32 of Andrew Miller coming out onto the racetrack, the 17 of Carter Friesen, Dace Garcia, Jake West, 95 of Stuart Gratton, the 31 of Diego Yepes, Annie Lynch, development driver for Jesse Turner, and development driver for Alexander Rowe, Max Anderson, right to their inside right there. Derek Petrie, who, it seems like with Derek Petrie, only makes the special events, and that's it. But here he is, in number 13, looking to make his next start of the year. This is a first-time driver right here, Colton Yo, I do believe. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce his last name, but I'm just going to assume that that's how it's pronounced. And we got a big pack right here. Expect some fast times in this one. Trey Bartow, that's a name I know how to pronounce, and that's a name you probably know. Driving the number 4, the 11 of Adam Lewis. You got ourselves Reagan Whitlock, James Richardson, the 83 of Derek Petrie, the 15 of Daniel Voiles. We got ourselves Eli Bright, Cameron Garlington, the Daytona 500 champion in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series from earlier this year. The number 55 of Thomas Troxel. That's Mitchell Carter, the Season 1 Hers Dash Series champion, and now Legacy in the 34. Kenny Stremme in the 44. Number 5 of Cookie Helms, who just barely missed out on that championship in the Napa Truck Series. He'd like to get some redemption in this one. Joseph Simwell in the 2. Isaac Nichols. Zachary Fitzwater in the 41. The 78 of Roger Ray, making his first career start on Napa Fan here today. Number 7, William Brock. Number 1, Richard Kinghart. Number 46, Patrick Smith. The number 3 car, that is driven by Joe Jefferson, who won the ARCA Series opener here. Got the number 20 of Josh Crash, the 24 of Paul Minnick. Number 10, that is Matt Dallio, a veteran driver there in the number 10. And we got the 27, that car driven by Nicholas Wade, the 18, Ashlyn Boyd, in his first career start in the number 18. And trying to see if we missed anybody. The number 21, that's Daniel McMillan. And I think we got to everybody. I don't see anybody else that's new. That's what I like to do with these qualifying sessions, is to introduce everybody in the field and get you guys a taste on who's driving what car. So right now it's number 21 of Daniel McMillan, under 40 seconds. And Caleb, that's a very fast time here at Daytona. do you think they're going to be going as fast in the race? I mean, it's kind of a fast speed right there to hold at a place like this.
Well, the thing I always say about qualifying is, usually there's not a pack that you have to base your time around, so it's pretty much the fastest you're going to go all weekend.
Yes, it is, and definitely a taste of what we're going to see tomorrow night. And it's Daniel McMillan, the number 13 of Derek Petrie, Casey Hoffman under 40 seconds, and the number 19, the 27 of Nicholas Wade, the number 10 of Matt Dallio, Nathan Stapleton, and Josh Crash, all under 40 seconds right now in qualifying. Diego Yepes, Max Anderson, and Jake West round out the top 10. It just changed. And Zachary Fitzwater just went to the 9th position in the number 41.
Yeah, and you see, so I was going to say actually how there was JGR dominance on the top of the board, but right as I was about to say that, the 21 and the 13 found their way into the top 5.
Yes, and you see the 18 and the 19 there. They're doing pretty decent for JGR right now. As for the other JGR machines, the number 11 of Adam Lewis, kind of deep in the field, 31st. So, I mean, the team game really doesn't play too well in any of the series on Napa Fame because the ratings are completely equal for every driver. So, it's a crapshoot. You never know who's going to be the good driver. It could be that 44. That 44 is never good in real life. I mean, when it was driving, but it could easily win the race tomorrow. It's Kenny Stremme in that machine right there. You got the 98 of Colton Yo in the 98 machine right there. His name's kind of throwing me off a little bit, and I apologize. But who knows? He could end up getting the win, and we saw that happen earlier today. The Santa Claus 100 and Derek Anderson winning from the 16th position in that late model special event. So these special events tend to favor the first-timers, so expect guys like Casey Hoffman, Colton Yo, Roger Ray to possibly do some good things tomorrow evening.
See, the thing I'm noticing is tomorrow night is going to be extremely fun seeing, the balance of the experienced drivers and the first-timers on this channel.
It definitely will be. Now, guys like Marty Johnson, Tristan Allen, Elijah Gordon, they raced earlier today at Kalamazoo, so they will not be in the show. But you still got guys like Matt Dallio, Trey Bartow, and Cameron Garlington racing tomorrow, and those guys are some of the best. So expect them to do pretty well in tomorrow's race. Who knows who it's going to be? And right now we're basically just setting the starting lineup for tomorrow's race. Casey Hoffman coming down to the pit lane. There will be pit stops in tomorrow's event, and the reason is because it's a 60-lap race. Even on a normal fuel cycle, you can't go 60 laps here at Daytona, so they're going to be 2 times as frequent as they normally are in real life, which would lead me to believe to be about a 20-lap fuel window for tomorrow's race. So that could definitely spice things up, especially if the race kind of goes caution-free. That'll split the field up, and there'll be a few cars battling for the win near the end.
Yeah, and I always say you got to watch your pit entry, and that's what some of these guys are practicing. I mean, we saw the 19 of Casey Hoffman. He came down practicing that pit entry as well.
He definitely did. Well, the session almost over. A minute officially left. There'll be some more time added on, so I say about 2.5 minutes until this session is complete. It is still Daniel McMillan, the fastest guy out here. The number 18 of Ashlyn Boyd, second fastest in his first ever start. And the number 13 of Derek Petrie, Casey Hoffman, and the 27 of Nicholas Wade. Matt Dallio is 6th, Nathan Stapleton, Daniel Voiles in the 15, Colton Yo in the 98, and the 5 of Cookie Helms. So it's going to be an interesting race tomorrow, especially considering how many of these guys are completely new, and it's going to be interesting to see those veterans mix along with the rookies, and who knows who it's going to be. Like I said, the rating's completely equal. You never know who is going to be in the position to win when it comes to one of these races.
Yeah, and also another question that we're going to have. There are 2 questions that stand out in prominence. That is A, obviously the big one. Will we see that tomorrow night? With all these first-timers, it is definitely possible. And B, will there be a photo finish? I mean, we've seen it at Daytona the past couple of years, how, photo finishes, they happen quite often because the high side prominence as well as the bottom groove with all of it, like the drafting and stuff.
Yeah, and if you remember Season 2 here for the Daytona 500 in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, they were dead even at the line. Never forget that race. That race is really what makes what I do so special, in my opinion. One of the best moments I think I've ever had.
And actually, I think it was Trey Bartow and Cameron Garlington, I believe. And they're both in this race.
And I think it was Eric Powers in Smooth Fest the race before. And happened. So it's happened here twice where we've been dead even at the line. And you were actually involved in another dead even finish in the Hers Elimination Series at Auto Club.
Yep.
So we've only had it 3 times here in Napa Fan, but that's quite a few, considering how rare it is. And qualifying is done here. Daniel McMillan in the number 21 will start on the pole position for tomorrow's Christmas Eve 500. Ashlyn Boyd, Derek Petrie, Casey Hoffman, Nicholas Wade, the top 5. Matt Dalio, Nathan Stapleton, Ace Garcia, Jake West, and Daniel Voiles round out the top 10. The only 10 drivers under 40 seconds here in qualifying. And take a look at the rest of the results right there. And all those other guys who will be starting in tomorrow's event. And any one of these 40 drivers can be in victory lane at the end of the day tomorrow. So thank you guys very much for watching. Early Merry Christmas to all you guys out there, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. And tomorrow, we'll bring you the Christmas Eve 500 from the Daytona International Speedway. Thank you guys very much for watching. On behalf of Caleb Hoffman, I will see you guys later.